Hey everybody, I'm doing something different. I'm going to start a segment called Thoughtful Thursday where I share what I've been thinking about on Thursday. I get a lot of people who message me asking for advice, or they like what I do and think that I should share my thoughts on stuff. So that's what I'm going to do for no other reason except I really do get bugged about it. So one thing I want to kind of talk about is the way you dress, the way you present yourself. And I ask if you've ever actually taken time to question why you dress the way you do, or taken the time to move out of how you normally dress to see how it affects you. One thing that I do is I call it misdressing. I don't know if that's like a term or not, but what I do is I will intentionally wear clothes either the wrong way, or I will intentionally wear clothes that categorically don't match. So like dress tops, t-shirts with sneakers, or like a full-on dress shirt, nice pants, but then sneakers, or whatever. It really doesn't matter. You've probably seen, if you watch my stuff, you've seen that like there is no consistency with how I present myself, except how I speak. The reason for that being is that you fall asleep at the wheel when you don't take time to ask yourself why you feel the way you do. Sometimes when you wear something really nice, you feel weird, don't you? You start to feel like, oh, I shouldn't be wearing this, or people are going to think certain things about me, or they're going to think I'm a big shot, or they're going to make fun of me, or I'm going to stand out too much. And these thoughts kind of embody the entire point of misdressing. It gets you to the point where you start to realize that the way you present yourself outwardly doesn't define you in any meaningful way. You know, every time I went to a work function, I would get teased for being overdressed, or, my shoes, were whatever. Like, seriously, someone would always have something to say. And me personally, it never bothered me. So what I did was, after I started to kind of pay attention to this, I started to intentionally dress to further extremes just to see my comfort zones. A few weeks ago, I wore a full-on turtleneck, like up to the chin, with a detective jacket, and I walked around like that all day. And man, I'm telling you, it was the funniest, weirdest experience. And it's something you only get when you can really break out of yourself and stop caring so much about how you're presented. Walking around in that get up was awesome. And I didn't get any responses or anything except from friends, because friends always roast you. But the whole time I'm walking around, and I could just feel like a sore thumb. Like everywhere I went, I was dressed wrong. I don't know the appropriate place to wear a turtleneck and a detective trench, but none of the places I went to like Panera that day, and I had some showings or something. No, I didn't even, who knows, who cares? The bottom line is, everywhere I went, I didn't match. And that feeling is worth its weight in gold, because you start to really realize where your mindset is and how you feel about how you fit into the entirety of, society. So I challenge you to think about it. Think about how you present yourself, and ask yourself why you're insecure about, wearing a certain thing or dressing a certain way. And when you dig deep and you figure out where those roots lie, it'll help you become the person you need to be, which is just you, with no brand, no associated style, just you as a person, without the need to cling to external concepts to figure out, who you are that day. Be a different person every day and see how it affects you. And listen for those whispers that you hear, about the way you're dressed. Either way, either you're underdressed or you're overdressed or you're sideways dressed. Pay attention to how differently people treat you based off of how you're dressed. If you're dressed nice, watch how people react. If you're dressed, in your most comfortable old clothes, watch how people react. And that experience is worth its weight in gold. That's what I wanted to share today on Thursday. If you like this, whatever, thank you for supporting me, and for everybody who constantly comments and DMs me and follows my stuff. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. And with that, that's Thursday.